Hi everybody, welcome back to Story Time. I am going to read a very classic book. This is called Digger Dan, and believe it or not, this version is from, as you can see, 1953. So I hope that you enjoy Digger Dan. This is a favorite little book among little boys, that's for sure. I apologize, I'm trying to get the book into the camera, so you guys can see. But anyway, I won't work today. I won't work. I won't work today, hissed Digger Dan. You never want to work first thing in the morning, said Stan the Steve Shovel Man. But there's a job to be done. A school must be built on this very spot. We must dig out the basement. We must dig a whole lot. Ah, buzzed the big digger. A school for boys and girls. The more he thought about that school, the more he felt like working. I'll dig a deep, wide hole in the earth. I'll dig for all I'm worth. And down went his dipper, open wide, gup, then it closed, full of earth inside. Ready? Rattled Digger Dan to big dump truck nearby. Ready, tooted big dump truck. Give me room, roared Dan, to stand the steam shovel man. I need room to swing my boom. Push and pull, push and pull. Soon big dump truck was full. There you are, take it far, Dan rumbled to the truck. Then for the first time, the big digger saw the children who waved to him as he worked. The steam shovel is big and strong, they said. Digger Dan waved back to all the children with his boom and bucket. Oh, but he was so proud. Day by day, the basement hole grew and grew. One day, it was all ready for the men to come and pour the concrete for the cement. My work is done, sang Dan. Try saying that. Now I can play, hurrah! But just at that moment, who should come along but Farmer Turnip Seed. Hi-ho, said Stan the steam shovel man. Good day, said the farmer, and how do you do? I have a big job for your digger to do. And the next morning there was Digger Dan crawling out at the farm. I won't work, I won't work, I won't work today, he clanked. Oh ho, shouted Stan the steam shovel man, but your job is to grade this land so the farmer can plant a vegetable garden. Ah, thought the big digger. The farmer wants to plant carrots and lettuce and corn for boys and girls to eat. Ah, the more Dan thought about those vegetables, the more he felt like working. Do you like vegetables? What's your favorite vegetable? I'll grade and level and smooth this earth. I'll dig and dig for all I'm worth, clattered Dan with a rackety-rack. Dig and dump, Dan shouted. Dig and dump. Take out every lump and bump. Just watch me, hummed Dan. Down went his dipper, open wide. Gup, and then it closed, full of rocks inside. Digger Dan is clever, said the children. Digger Dan is smart. There was no stopping Dan after that. Dig, dump, clatter, crash. Down, scoop, swish, swoop, whirl, twirl, pop, pop, hop. Soon the land was ready for Farmer Turnipseed to plant his vegetables. My work is done, sang Dan. Now I can play, hooray! But just at that moment, who should come along but a small man with a big black mustache. Good day, said the man to Stan. Tomorrow, please bring your digger to 4th and Main, shine or rain. And the next morning, there was Digger Dan, crawling along at 4th and Main, looking like a little house on wheels. looking like a little house on wheels, yellow and fat, wearing a smokestack for a hat. And yes, I repeated that one sentence. Away we go, away we roll, off to dig another hole, saying Dan. But I won't work. I won't work. I won't work today, hissed Dan. A digger needs rest. We cannot rest, said Stan. But you would like to dig a basement for the apartment house, a place for boys and girls? An apartment house, buzzed Dan, with 1,000 windows to twinkle in the sunlight, and a roof garden where children can play all day? The more Dan thought about the apartment house, the more he felt like working. Dump and dig, shouted Stan, pushing his long levers every which way. Dump and dig. Make a hole that's pretty big. That's plenty big. Sorry. Look, said the children who had come to watch. That steam shovel knows how to bite. Chug and puff and hiss. I like to do this, Dan hummed. Then one day there were boys and girls going into the school Dan had helped to build. I think I skipped a section, didn't I? Because, nope, that's right. I'm sorry. Then one day, there were boys and girls going into the school Dan had helped to build. Someday those children would go riding on a big steamliner along shiny new rails. Down, scoop, swish, swoop went Digger Dan's dipper. Putter, put, open and shut. I like to work, he says. It seems like play. The end. And I hope you've enjoyed this little classic Digger Dan. And I hope you will come back again. And I'll see you real soon.